In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Hello everyone and welcome to another one of our English language lessons. This lesson will be for the first intermediate grade and it will be on the second semester. It is called Were You Scared? We're going to take some vocabulary and reading. This lesson was prepared by the amazing Ms. Sabir Al-Anizi and it will be presented by yours truly, Muhannad Abdulayan. Alright, so in this lesson are the objectives as we always know. The objectives are to present adjectives describing feelings. And then we're going to present vocabulary, structures, and functions in the context of a dialogue. Alright, so before we start, here's a small warm-up as always. How does Quran make you feel? Well, again, how does Quran make you feel? We all know that what is Quran actually? It's the book of the Muslims as we know and we are all Muslims. So how does reading the Quran or listening to the Quran make you feel? Well, to me personally, it actually makes me feel lucky because I was born Muslim. I am convinced about being Muslim, thanks to Allah of course. And yeah, that's it. That's it. I am convinced and happy because if I wanted to speak about Quran, well, I will never be finished because simply, as Muslims, we are absolutely proud of our religion and we are happy about our religion and of course we are so thankful about our religion because we know that we are onto the right track and we know that we are so lucky to be born Muslims because many people actually are wishing to be in our place to practice Islam freely and do everything that Islam orders all of us. So how does Quran make me feel? Well, it actually makes me feel really happy and lucky. That's what Quran makes me feel like. So, we have some vocabulary over here. We have some vocabulary as always. Let's go to them one by one. And of course, we're going to describe our feelings when we speak about this vocabulary. So, I want you to repeat the words with me. And of course, we will absolutely discuss each word by itself. So, the first one over here, we have scared cat. A scared cat. One last time. A scared cat. What is the meaning of the word scared? Scared is some sort of a feeling that you have. For example, let's go back to the past when we were kids. So when you were kids, and actually some of us are still right now, we were scared of something. We were having fear of the dark. What do we mean by fear of the dark? It means when your father or mother actually turns off the light, you just get scared. Sometimes you cry. You are afraid that a monster is coming to eat you alive. The monster from beneath the bed, I believe, under the bed. So, what do you think? That's the word scared. It means when you have a fear of something, And of course, in this one, we have the word a scared cat. Can you see this cat over here? Well, it doesn't look safe. It doesn't look safe at all. No, it's actually afraid. This cat over here, it's afraid that someone is doing something bad to it. So, it's actually scared. You see that? It's actually holding its tail and biting on it and having its hand near its mouth because it's scared simply. So this is the meaning of the word scared. When we are scared, it means we are having some sort of a fear. Alright, so the next one over here we have a happy boy. Again, a happy boy. One last time, a happy boy. What do we mean by the word happy? Well, of course, happiness, to me at least, happiness, it means when I just look at my family, when I see my family and see that everything is absolutely going great, so that makes me feel happy because simply family is everything, at least to me. So this boy over here, it's like he has heard some good news, Someone told him something that he actually wants, you see. So when someone actually gives you good news, you are usually what? You get really happy. This boy over here, as you can see from his arms, he's ready to hug someone. So it seems like he has seen one of his friends whom he hasn't seen for a while. So he feels happy that he saw that friend because he misses his friend a lot. So what does he feel? He feels happy. And we know that sometimes we have some tears of joy. I believe his eye over here is kind of like wanted to tear a little bit because some people actually cry from happiness, not from sadness, from happiness. Okay, so the third one over here we have an excited man. Again, an excited man. One last time, an excited man. Well, you see the word excited over here. It means when you are enthusiastic about something. What do we mean by that? It means, for example, when we are playing football, when you are going to play football with someone, so you just get adrenaline rush, you know what I mean? You just go like, yes, I can't wait to do this, I can't wait to play this match. So you are excited about it. For example, you know, when you have some sort of like someone who's going to visit you, a friend who's going to visit you, and you are just planning a lot for that visit, so you are excited about that visit. You're like preparing everything, and you just say, I can't wait to see my friend. So this is what we are excited. Also about the vacations, usually in Saudi Arabia, when there are vacations, we actually get excited to see our cousins and our friends, and of course, that we can sleep more. So this is what excitement means, and here we can see the man who is actually an excited man. Alright, so here as you can see we have a sad cat. Once again, a sad cat. Finally, one last time, a sad cat. From the eyes, as you can see, the eyes are actually sort of watery, like it's going to cry. The cat over here sort of like wants to cry. And also the mouth of the cat, as you can see, the mouth doesn't look happy at all. No, it's actually looking sad. So sadness, which is something that we all hate and all don't want, to be honest. So this is what sadness is. When you're actually feeling down, when you feel about to cry, when you don't feel happy, the opposite of the word happy, you know? So this is what is the meaning, what does it mean to be sad? So the cat over here doesn't look happy, it actually wants to cry, and I believe it has some sort of a problem that it can't deal with, so it's actually sad in that case. It is sad. So hopefully that no one gets sad, none of us get sad. Then we have surprised children. Again, surprised children. Finally, surprised children. When someone tells you something shocking, for example, you see some new information that you didn't know, like the information that we have taken. Do you remember when you said that tomato is actually a fruit? We were like, whoa, really? That's unbelievable, I can't believe it. That's how we get surprised. When you hear something you do not expect actually. So in that case you actually get surprised. So here, as you can see from their faces over here, their faces, like the mouth is open, the eyes are actually, you know, getting bigger. So why is that? Because they heard something and they cannot believe it. They were like, no, this cannot be right. This can't be right. No way. I can't believe this. So this is how you get surprised. Alright. So here, one more, sorry. An angry man. Again, an angry man. One last time, an angry man. You see the man over here, he's furious. Why? You see even his hands, he's actually biting on his teeth strongly. He sees something he doesn't like and he wants to yell at people. So that's when you get angry. Getting angry, of course, is not a good thing, and of course our Prophet Muhammad told us not to be angry. But you know, this man over here is actually angry. So when you are angry, it means you see something you don't like and you want to act violently usually, or even by yelling. Do you know what is the meaning of yelling? It means raising your voice to someone or at someone, shouting at someone. It means you are angry. This man over here is actually angry, and from the picture I believe everything looks clear. Okay, so finally we have a funny boy. Again, funny boy, one last time, a funny boy. Funny person, it means a person who makes you laugh, a person who makes you have fun. That's what a funny person is. So of course, yes, when you want to have a friend, when you want to make friends, usually look for the funny people, because they will make your life much better. But of course, don't forget to look at the other aspects, which are like morals and the other things, because they are also important. So this boy over here, he's having a lot of fun. He's having a birthday party or a party, that's all. So he has balloons and other stuff. This boy is funny. He's actually telling jokes and stuff, and you can see him grinning or laughing. So yeah, funny, it means when someone is actually fun, having fun, and of course spreading the fun all around to other people, like telling jokes and other stuff. So this is what funny means. Alright, so let's match the pictures with the phrases. We have the phrases and the pictures. Let's match them together as we have done. So number one over here, a cat over here is having, you know, it's crying because you can see the tear over here. This is a tear. So the cat over here doesn't look happy, it actually looks wet. Well, that's right, it's a sad cat. It's a sad cat. So what do we write over here? We write D, which is a sad cat. So this is the first one, it's sad cat. What about the second? So the boy over here, what about him? The boy over here, what does he look like? How does he look? Well, actually, he's not sad like the cat. No, He's actually smiling. So when you are smiling like this, what does that mean? That's right, it means you're happy. You're happy. So the answer will be B. He's a happy boy. A happy boy. Okay, so number 3 over here, we have three children, and they like heard something they don't believe. They were like, wow, really? So what are they? Are they what? Are they a sad cat or an excited man? No, they are not excited, but they are actually, yes, surprised. So that's E, surprised children. Surprised children, that's what they are. So this is E, surprised children. And then the man over here, he doesn't look happy at all. Actually, he's not sad. He's actually what? He's biting on his teeth. And you can see that his eyes, he wants just to punch someone. So what do we say about him? Do we say that he's a funny boy? Well, no, he's actually a man. Is he an angry man? Yes, that's right. He's an angry man. An angry man. And then number 5, as you can see here, the man over here, what? He looks like enthusiastic about something. He was like, yes, please, come on, let's do this. So what is it? What about this man? He's actually what? Is he scared? No. Happy? Probably not. What about excited man? He's an excited man? Yes, he's an exciting man. That's right, excited man, of course. So this is C. And then we have the last 2. The cat over here, which is number 6, the cat. You can see the hair from the back of the cat. What about it? When you get that kind of hair, why do you get that kind of hair? Because someone actually came and what? Scared you. That's right. Someone came and scared you. So, is it a scared cat? Yes, it is. That's a scared cat. It's a scared cat. That's an A. And finally, as you can see here, we have sort of like a clown who's going to make us all laugh and of course say a lot of jokes and do a lot of tricks that will make us even happy. So, of course, and laughing, of course. So what is he? That's right, he's a funny boy. A funny boy, that's what he is. A funny boy. So we write G over here, which is a funny boy. Okay, so here are the answers. We have just taken. We said we have over here D, which is a sad cat, and here we have a happy boy. 3, we have of course surprised children, and on 4 we have an angry man. Then we have an excited man over here, and then a scared cat, and finally a funny boy. All right. So let's read this together. And answer the questions as fast as possible. All right. We're gonna look at the pictures and what is wrong with Bill. Let's listen to the dialogue and find out. Of course, we're going to read the dialogue. Okay, so here we have Bill and of course his friend over here trying to comfort him, and Bill looks like scared, looks really scared. Let's see what is going on. So Ali is sleeping over at Bill's house. No, don't. Bill, wake up. Huh? What? Oh, it was just a dream. Are you okay? Was it scary? Yeah, we were all in a museum. Who was there? Me, you, and Tom. Was it like the boarding museum in our school trip last week? No, it wasn't. It was full of interesting ancient Egyptian stuff, like mummies. Mummies? Yeah, and listen to this. We were in a big room and there was a small door. It was open and there were some steps. At the bottom of the steps, there was a room with a mummy in it. Was it alive? Yes, and suddenly Tom wasn't there. He was the mummy. It was terrible. I was so scared. Then we have heard the beep. What was that? It's a message from Tom. No, it can't be. What is wrong? Look at the message. The message says, "Hi Bill, you were in my dream. I was the mummy. It was terrible." Well, wow, that was really scary and intense, of course. It's like, reading a scary story, some horror story or something like that. So, let's answer the questions together now. Who was in Bill's dream? Let's see, who was the man on Bill's dream? Let's look for it. It might be more than one, so let's look for it and, of course, answer together. So, once again, Ali is sleeping over at Bill's house. No, don't. Bill, wake up. Huh? What? Oh, it was just a dream. Are you okay? Was it scary? Yeah, we were all in a museum. Who was there? Me, you, and Tom. So, who was in the dream? Who was in the dream? How many people? How many people? He said, let's count them together. Come on, let's count them together. He said, me, you, and Tom. So how many people are there? Well, we have 1, 2, 3. So what should we write in the answer? Should we write just me and you? But of course, it's not you, it's not me. So in that case, what do we write? That's right, yes, we're going to write their names, which are Bill, of course, Bill and Ali, and then Tom. We have Bill, Ali, and Tom, of course. So let's write them down. Bill, Ali, and Tom. So who was in the dream? There were 3. Bill, come on, of course, Ali, and Tom. That's right. So this is the first answer. This is the first answer. It's Bill, Ali, and Tom. Okay, so the second question over here, it says, where were they last week? Where were they last week? Where were they? So it's in the past. So let's see now. He said, was it like the boring museum on our school trip last week? So the question once again was, where were they last week? And Daddy said, was it like the boring museum on our school trip last week? So where were they now? Where were they? Well, they were where exactly? He said it. He said, like the boring museum. So what should we write? That's right. It was the museum. They were at the museum. That's right. Where were they? They were at the museum. Why did we write that? Why didn't we write boring? Because that's his opinion. So we're going to say they were at the museum. Well, of course, we're not going to write boring because that was his opinion. Some people actually might enjoy museums. So the third one over here, of course, once again, where were they last week? They were at the museum. What was in the museum in Bill's dream? What was in the museum? Let's see, what was in the museum in Bill's dream? So, no, it wasn't. It was full of course, we are done with this one, so let's go to this. No, it wasn't. It was full of interesting ancient Egyptian stuff, like mummies. And then he said, mummies? So, what do you think? Did he mention what was in the museum? Yes, he did. It was full of what? How was it? It was full of what? Interesting ancient Egyptian stuff, like mummies. So exactly what was there? What was there into the whole thing? What was there into the whole, thing in the museum? What was there? It was actually some ancient Egyptian stuff, like mummies. Interesting stuff, like ancient Egyptian stuff, which are they? They are mummies. So what was in the museum in Bill's dream? We were going to say some ancient, of course, Egyptian stuff, like mummies. That's what it is. That's what it is. So ancient Egyptian stuff like mummies, or some ancient Egyptian stuff like mummies. What is the meaning of the word ancient? It means very old things, very old things. So now let's go to the next question. What was at the bottom of the steps? What was at the bottom of the steps? So let's go and look what was at the bottom of the steps. Yeah, and listen to this. We were in a big room and there was a small door. It was open and there were some steps. At the bottom of the steps there was a room with a mummy in it. So what was at the bottom? Well, as you can see here, there was a room with a mummy in it. Let's go and write it down now. Let's go and write it down. There was a room with a mummy in it. So this is the answer of this one. There was a room with a mummy in it. So the next one. Why was Bill scared? Why was he scared? Let's go and check. Why was he scared? So, was it alive? And then he said, yes, and suddenly Tom wasn't there. He was the mummy. It was terrible. I was so scared. So why was he scared? Because the mummy was alive, and of course it was Tom. So let's write it down. Because the mummy was alive, and it was Tom. And finally, the last one over here. Who was in Tom's dream? Tom, who is the other guy. So he was like, hi Bill, you were in my dream, I was the mummy, and it was terrible. So how many people were in the dream? Well, of course, 2. Which are they? Bill and Tom. Bill and Tom. What about Ali? He didn't mention Ali, so we're going to write them down. We're going to say Bill and Tom, of course. So let's look for them now. Here are the answers, as you can see. Who was in Bill's dream? It was Bill, Tom, and Ali. And of course, where were they last week? They were at the museum. And what was in the museum? Bill's dream, ancient Egyptian stuff like mummies. And of course, who was at the bottom of the steps? A room with a mummy in it. And then why was Bill scared? Because the mummy was alive, and it was Tom. And then who was in Tom's dream? Bill and Tom, of course. Both of them were in that dream. So this is the summary of our lesson. In this lesson we have presented feelings and emotions. Sadness, happiness, angry, and scared, of course. Thank you so much, everyone. It's been an absolute pleasure for me to present these lessons to you as always. Thank you so much.